poppin', everybody? Bad Rap Opinions. Thank you for rocking with me. I want to talk to y'all about this URL versus RBE thing that everybody's, I guess trying to build up. They just dropped as you know, URL in general, for almost like every 3 weeks now, been having a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? It has its pros and its cons. I think that some of these events have been overpriced for what we're getting. Not to mention we still having issues with audio in terms of microphone issues. We're still having issues with people in the venue in terms of having to ask people not to talk and shit like that, which is silly to me. You're still having issues with I guess heating in these venues. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is in there about to die from heat exhaustion. Not to mention that whole debacle with the volume to Smack Volume 2, where they said that the server was under deliberate attack, and then kind of find out that's not what happened. They just didn't have a big enough server. When you put that to the side, you appreciate, or you should appreciate the fact of where battle rap was about a year ago. Around this time a year ago, like everybody was questioning whether battle rap was dead. And then the second half of the year for 2017 meant a lot for battle rap, because there was so many, not only good events, but there was just battles that people were just going crazy talking about, potential matchups, and like when I think back about it, the RBE fucking Writers Volume 1, man, it's still just crazy in my mind. Crazy etched in my mind. You had the Traffic 3s, I believe, and was it Traffic 3 last year around this time? Anyway, we had a bunch of events, and now into 2018, we've had the same thing, man. And you have to give an extra nod for URL, because this year they have been carrying the battle rap torch in terms of the amount of events and stuff, and the traveling part, which I always thought was dope. If you watch my old blog, I have an old blog. Matter of fact, you can just click up here, and I had an old vlog when I was talking about that. Before they started doing it, I'm saying they should start touring and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I have more ideas too, so make sure you click that and watch what I was talking about. So the whole point is that, some of these events I feel are overpriced. And now, like, we just had the situation with Initiation, where the battle that a lot of people paid to see, was Myers and NJT, and that didn't even happen. You know what I'm saying? And it was just an okay event overall in terms of like watching it from the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Mic issues, but I appreciate the fact that we're getting this more. We don't have to sit here and fight for it. I do wish URL would drop some of these battles a little bit more sooner, but I understand. I purchase pay-per-views. I purchase tickets to events. So I understand, like, you just can't, if people aren't purchasing this, they're getting the opportunities. If they really want to see it, they'll have the opportunity. I'm with that. I just, I don't think we should wait a whole year or over a year to see a battle that happened so long ago. Especially after a certain amount of time. If you bought the pay-per-view, you don't have access to it anymore. So anyway, the point of me doing this vlog is I seen, or ever since they let out the card yesterday about the Summer Madness 7, and all through today, I've just seen my Twitter timeline being crazy with shit people saying, and people going at ARP and everything. And I see ARP, he's smart from a league owner standpoint to want to create that whole that promo, like, oh, y'all want to do it like that, so y'all trying to say it's URL versus us. Okay, so let's do this, let's do that. I seen ARP talking about he'll put up a financial bet against any league owner and everything. So of course it's dope for ARP. This is more promo. You know what I'm saying? But I just hate it from the fans' standpoint. When you think about what this card is, you think about the Mook Verb. What you got? Iron Solomon, Big K. You got Daylight, King Los. You got Swape Sever, B. Dot, which I love that matchup. Salute to RBE, man. I love that matchup. You got Big T. I want to say against Big Will. Big Will. Why the fuck up Ill Will? I apologize, Ill Will. Ill Will is one of my favorites, and sometimes I call him Big Will. I always think about my homeboy. Rest in peace, Big Will, aka Big Dog. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always confuse the two, and their personalities are so much the same. You know what I mean? Anyway, rest in peace, Big Dog. When you think of that card, then you think of they got Surf versus Iron Solomon, which is a very interesting matchup. You know, you have Tay Rock versus Hitman. I believe it's Math versus Av. Reed Rex. When you think about how dope both these cards are, my question to everybody else is why is it they have to compete? I don't think the leagues have to compete. I don't think we have to do that. I don't think we have to pick a league. I blame the supporters out there. We don't have to pick a league, fam. We don't. We have to choose battle rap. You have to choose battle rap. This is something epic and dope for battle rap. You know how crazy both these cards are in Summer Madness 8 hasn't even been announced. You know? But like this ARP for months the last few months been slowly making the announcements. You know, that event is gonna be crazy, man. That event is gonna be crazy. I only have one issue with the RBE joint, and I only have one issue with the Summer Madness. But overall, I just feel like the fans, this is on us to support. It's okay to support them both. You don't have to feel like you have to pick one or the other, unless you're saying from a financial standpoint, they're a week away from each other. I can only pick one. Listen, a lot of us are going through a lot of shit in life. I'm going through a lot of shit in life, but sometimes you're in a situation where you can't afford both, or maybe you got other things going on. You're going to be busy. Like, there's so many different ways that this can go about, right? Unless you're in that situation, you don't have to pick one. And you shouldn't allow a league owner, or a battle rapper to pressure you and basically tap your pockets. Like, would you be cool with somebody walking up right now, putting their hand in your pocket, asking you, well, what you got? What you got in your pocket, man? What you got? Pulling an OJ move, just running down like, yo, what up, man? What you got, man? What's that? Like, you don't like that, I don't like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't feel like you have to pick. I feel like you can sit here and just say to yourself, hey, you know what? I give a fuck about battle rap. I want to support battle rap. I don't want to feel like I have to belong. My allegiance don't have to be to one league. It doesn't make sense, especially when you look at some of the talent. These guys go to both these leagues. So how can you sit here and pick a league? I don't understand that. I never understand. Listen, I can understand, and I don't like hearing that either. Salute to my boy Sean F. Sean F, man. Salute. That's my comrade. He don't like watching bullpen battles, sometimes RBE battles. He don't like watching any of those battles, you know. He makes his comments. I'm not going to repeat what he said. You can watch the vlogs. I have him on, you know what I'm saying. He makes his comments on what he thinks of these leagues, you know what I'm saying. And bottom line point is, if you're saying you don't like really watching smaller leagues, it has to be a bigger league. I don't really like hearing that, but I can understand that better, because you feel like the bigger leagues, you're getting quality matchups, you're getting quality audio, you're getting quality visuals, you know, and unfortunately, some of these battle rappers only taking, let me say top tier guys are only taking big league battles serious. Now, you know, if we're going that route, then unfortunately I have to agree with you, you know what I'm saying, on some of it. I still wouldn't want you to have to pick one league over another, but I understand that. But other than that, it's like, yo, why we just can't celebrate that both these leagues have put together something monumental? When have we seen something like this? Like, let's be real. You think that there hasn't been a super investment on both sides? In all reality, what we're getting is the opportunity to see something greatness. You know what I'm saying? People really putting their money where their mouth is, and putting together these big fucking events that we can be enjoying, that we could be appreciating, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that's where our mind should really be. You know, I was really upset earlier, not really upset, I'm exaggerating. I was just bothered when I seen, like, the backlash from people, like, and people just going in like they gotta pick one, and seeing people going back and forth with each other like on some dumb shit about the leagues, and I'm like, yo, fam, that's not what this should be. This, like, we should be celebrating right now the fucking greatness that we're getting. This is that's where our mind should be. To me, like, listen, if I'm in a position, like, I've pretty much always buying all the pay-per-views. I didn't buy did I buy Survivor? I didn't buy Survivor Series. I didn't buy it because 2 of the battle rappers said they didn't care about their battle, so I didn't buy that. More of the story is, like, I'm always buying the pay-per-views, or I'm always at the event, one of the two, right? And I just feel like in this situation too, if I can afford to, a lot of times I've done this. I've been at events that I've even purchased the pay-per-view for. So I bought my ticket and then I bought the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a space to do that now, I can't go to Vegas. I ain't gonna lie, I can't afford to go to Vegas. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot right now. I can't do it. I personally don't feel like this event should be happening in Vegas. I feel like this event, the Summer Madness, should have took place in Philly. I've said this in another blog. That Rex versus Reed should not be happening anywhere else but Philly or New York. But it belongs in Philly. To do a Summer Madness in Vegas, I just don't see how that makes sense. But I don't have URL's analytics. I don't have access to that. They know what they're doing. You know, they're deciding to do what they did. But it's hard for me to believe that you have a bigger market than Philly. Now, Houston, salute to Houston. Salute to all these states. I'm not dissing you. Just listen to what I'm saying. Philly deserves a major event before Houston did, before Cali did, before fucking Florida did. And now Vegas. Like, Philly deserves that, especially with this battle on there. And then Summer Madness 8 is overseas, which I understand that too. You have to expand. But again, we don't have to pick. That's the moral of the story. We don't got to sit here. I don't have to. I've seen people comparing the cards and want to know, people putting up polls like, oh, is this card better than this card? No, man, how about we just support it? If you are in a financial situation where you can actually afford them both, why not support them both? Or if you say, yo, you know what, I can only afford one, all right, do that. You don't have to tear down one league to show love to the other. It makes no sense. None. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the RBE, because I mentioned some things I didn't like about the URL lately. My only issue with RBE right now is the point of, I would have liked to have seen a few more cards this year, but I didn't like the way the announcements rolled out. I didn't like the way they did that. I feel like they made a few mistakes when it came to that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, RBE is giving us all we can handle. Like, come on, man. Not to mention, and, you know, I won't get into it, man, but they got battles blocked. There was other battles that were supposed to be on this card that got blocked. So at the end of the day, man, again, the whole thing is you don't have to you don't have to feel like you buying one is this and the other, or feel like you got to compare these cards to the point where you're disrespecting one or the other. We don't have to do that. This is battle rap. This is our culture. Just celebrate it. And that's my only points, man. So salute to everybody. Thank you for rocking with me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Hit the alert bell. Just support battle rap. Thank you for supporting me. Make sure you watch the Union episodes, you know what I'm saying? Myself, DME, and Visual. Salute to my guys, you know what I'm saying? Remember this intro that you see before and after these videos, them graphics is done by Visual. And the music is done by my homie Skeptik, man, who's done beats for some of these big name hip-hop artists, all right? So there are links in the description where you can find them on social media or email or whatever the case, all right? Salute to y'all. Thank you for rocking with me.